Welcome, Redskin Nation Run Club. This is host C-Rob, joined by us by none other than John Naiman, Johnny Baseball. Johnny Baseball. And special guest over to whatever part of the screen you're looking at is Tim Adkins. I call him Timmerz because that's what he's known on his Facebook. So we'll do a couple of cool things. We'll talk to Tim. We got some questions for him, and he might have some other goodies for us. And after we go through that, we'll talk about last week's Challenge Award winners. There were 4 people. Then we'll do some stats. Johnny does some stats. Maybe I'll add a couple of tidbits there. He can add some as well. And then we'll talk about the new challenges coming up this week for Redskin Nation Run Club. Really cool stuff. So I'll save the stats. I want to keep around, but I don't want to waste time. So first, I want to introduce again. This is Tim Adkins. If you haven't noticed, he is one of 2 people that we first started that aren't actually part of the Cuyahoga Heights community, but he's a personal friend of mine, and he has a different flavor that I think should add to our community. Maybe it can rub off in a good way. I know it will. So, Tim, welcome. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How are you?
Sweet, man. So we've noticed some cool things that you've been doing, but I got a couple of questions for you first. The first thing is, why do you run, and what got you hooked, or what kind of keeps you running?
Well, I started doing marathons when I was working at PPG with Mike Earhart, and he talked me into doing a marathon. And from there, I met another ultra runner, Heidi Fineff.
Okay.
And about a month later, I was signed up for Gringel. So
cool.
After that suck fest, I signed up for North Coast 24-hour.
Alrighty.
And I made it like 10 and a half hours or something, I think, there.
Phenomenal.
And
yes.
From there on, I was just doing road marathons and straight races like crazy. And about, I'm going to say 3 years ago, I met up with Amanda and Will Mercer,
Yep.
Andrew, all of them. With Tribe.
Trail Tribe.
With Trail Tribe.
That's a Facebook group, by the way.
Yeah, it's my run group out there. We mostly meet in the Cuyahoga Valley National Parks, but they talked me into doing Bigfoot 50K. And that was my first, real trail ultra.
Very cool, man.
From there on, I was just hooked.
So it's kind of been addictive for you. You just fell in love with the trails and just the community.
Yep.
Nice. Well, another question. Some of our Redskin Nation Run Club members noticed you've logging ridiculously big miles, and why? And now you came out of the scene pretty quick, but how many miles did you log this week, just this week alone, this past week?
126.
Yes. That's pretty amazing. And you've done that in more than once, I'm sure, and I know you've done that in races. Like you said, you started at, marathon. I'm sure you did some other small things before that. But then eventually graduated past that to the 50K, and obviously probably did a 50 mile at some point, but you might have just jumped to the 100. You did the 024, which is running continuously for 24 hours as far as you can go. And I know that last summer you finished what race?
The old 96 or 200.
Yeah, that's from Lake Erie to West Virginia and back, everybody. And it's not 96 miles. That's the name of the state route. And it's there and back. How long did that take you?
Actually, it's a long Route 45. It's called the 96er because of the time limit.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Old 45 route.
But
gotcha.
We started at Walnut Beach in Ashtabula. Ran down to Westville, Ohio, right on the border of West Virginia, and back.
Yeah.
And it was the most insane, awesome, stupid thing I've ever done.
Well, that's probably for a whole nother show, but just to give everybody that's listening a little taste of what goes on and why you log those miles. so you can do stuff like that if you really want to get stupid crazy, like you said. And I'm getting to that point now, and so you're kind of getting me hooked. So the last question I got for you is, do you think people in general put limitations on themselves when it comes to overcoming adversity, and can you speak to that?
Oh, in everything they do. And that's honestly a big part of why I started running, period. Like I told you how and why I started running races and marathons, but I started running more so because I'm not sure if you probably know this, Chad, but when I was 7, I drowned, and
I heard that.
I was in a coma for 2 weeks.
Jeez.
And they told my family, best case scenario, I'd be a vegetable.
Wow.
So never talk, never walk. I'd be lucky to sit up on my own.
And you just smashed that to pieces.
Yep. My parents got me out in the courtyard one day, and I started walking.
Nice.
Doctors didn't believe them. They thought my mom's was nuts.
Moms are nuts, man, for a reason.
Good reason. And then from there, my Uncle Bob, he was in New York. He always ran 5Ks, 10Ks. He got me started running a little bit more here and there when he was down, and I just got hooked from there.
Very cool, man. That's an awesome story. Any questions for John or what we're doing here, or anything you want to mention that add a little flavor before you let you go?
The only question I really got for you, how are you dealing with OBU being delayed?
I'm okay with it. Obviously, I'm a little heartbroken. For those people who don't know, it was called Ohio's Backyard Ultra. It was supposed to happen on March 21st. I was preparing along with Tim to run what's called a last person standing event, where you run the same loop. Actually, the one we do is 2 loops for 2.08 miles twice, so 4.1667 miles in an hour. And you got to get back in the hour, and you can do whatever you want. And then you got to go back out and you do another race. You keep doing it. It would have been 110 runners, I think, and then the last person standing would win. And it actually switches to a road out and back at every 12 hours, and it goes back to trail. I knew it was kind of coming. I think it was smart that Michael Owen had to postpone it. It would have been, he needed to protect his brand and his race directing. Although he did compete last night, he got 162 miles on his own in what was called the Quarantine Backyard Ultra, which was done virtually. Pretty cool. So, again, for another show. But, I'll be ready to go. I'm already ready for November 14th. I actually did it intentionally because he wanted to make it on the 7th, but that's cross-country state tournament. I told him to push it back a week, so long as I didn't do any Baker Mayfield and Cleveland Browns chants. He said I wouldn't have to personally disown the Browns. As long as I don't talk about Baker or Browns, then he would switch the date for me, and he did that. So if you're listening, Michael, thank you, man. I appreciate it. So, Tim, it's been a pleasure. Have a great one, and get some rest and keep pumping up miles.
Awesome. Thanks for having me on, bud.
Thanks a lot, Tim. See you later, man.
I'll see you.
Cool. Peace. All right, Johnny, here we go, man. We have last week's Challenges Award winners. We have 4 winners. We have Victoria Caller, who got the Wild Card Quidditch Award. She will win a Gourmand's $10 gift card and a pair of sunglasses, and I will personally deliver both of those to her residence. Second person who wins an award will be, well, slow down. It'll be me, because I had the most spirit wear on one of my runs, although John did too. But I had 3 pieces of apparel on. I had shorts, shirt, and a hat. And technically, I had my green glasses too, which are technically Redskin Nation Run Club approved. So I had 4 pieces, but I don't want to take anything. So I decided to give my award to Kevin Barry for being the most spirited, because I challenged him to get 2 double-digit runs. And he actually logged the most miles of any non-ultra runner out of all 100 of our members. So he's going to get a vertical runner hat, and I will also deliver that to him. Third winner will be Wendy DeFranco, who is a walking beast. She gets out there 30, 40 miles a week. But she had this week the best post-meal for an incredible looking salad, post-meal run. If I can show you that little salad right here, it's pretty cool. If you wait, it takes a second. And, oh, it's not coming up. I want to get to the screen. Here we go. Yeah. I had to type her name in. I had it all ready to go, but obviously. Well, before we go, Victoria Caller, this is where she ran. She hid the Quidditch green golf ball somewhere there in Brexville Reservation, but you need to go to her Instagram account and check on the video with her hints. And I'll post links to that too on my Instagram. If I type out Mrs. DeFranco here, Wendy DeFranco, she posted an incredible looking salad after her run a few days ago. And here it is right here. Delicious. That looks really good. That's professional grade right there. So thank you, Wendy. You will win a $10 gift card to Gourmands, local deli sandwiches and coffee delights. And then we have our last award. Last but not least, we have John is going to present.
We got the Wheaties Award.
The Wheaties Award. Who gets the Wheaties Award, John?
It's going to be Francis Connors.
Why? What did Francis do down there in Tinker's Creek?
Yeah, Francis ran about 10 miles around his house, but not only running, he also did like exercises such as rowing as well.
And he did it in a parking lot next to his house like a bunch of times. So if you haven't checked out that Strava segment, it's pretty cool. It just looks like a big spider web going around. Not quite as cool as maybe Mr. Big Red Kovich's mowing the lawn, which looks like a tangled mess, which I'm sure anyone who's ever been trying to get extra miles on Strava, maybe Tim's done that before. I know I've posted my lawn mowing because I'm a dummy, and sometimes I'll do it in the grocery store too. Like getting eggs, need an extra 0.3 miles. Slave to the Strava, as we call it. So nice job there, John, for getting the award to Francis Connors, and we'll find a way to deliver that Wheaties box to Francis. So we got some stats from last week, John. Hook us up, man.
Okay, so last week the club ran a total of 1,079 miles, which is the distance from Cleveland to Houston.
Nice.
And the club now has a total of, or the club has enough miles to run from Cleveland to Las Vegas.
That's far. And Tim helped us do a lot of that, but that's okay. With that, we still would have gotten almost 1,000 anyways, because we got 100 members now. So we'll do a lot of awards that don't always include heavy hitters like Tim up there, if he's still here. I think he is still here, still watching.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yep. Hey, stay here. You're good. So we got some last week's stats. Thanks a lot, John. And we got some new challenges real quick, then we'll let everybody go. Wild Card Quidditch, hidden by Victoria. She has that location. It's on her Instagram. It's in the Brexville Reservation, but you need to watch her video. It's in her bio link on Instagram. It's a YouTube video that I put up under my account, Hikerman2000 or Chadwick Robinson. You can search for it, and you'll find that. You'll see her as a thumbnail, her picture. Second, we're going to do most total vertical in feet. So that's total vertical for non-ultra runners, because that makes it unfair when we can get out there and get more miles. So anyone who's never run an ultra marathon, you get the most vertical climb. You'll get an award next week. And then we're also going to do a vertical runner spirit shot with things all vertical runner related. So if you got some gear, or if you don't, maybe you can go run up next to the store and take a shot like I've been doing, trying to help out Vertical Runner and Vince Rucci over there in Brexville and also in Hudson. They are still open for delivery and curbside pickup. Email him at verticalrunner.com. You can find his website. I think it's info@verticalrunner.com. I'm actually going there to get some shoes for my wife so she can use those when we're out and about in the streets. So that's about it. So anything for the good of the order from anybody here? We'll go to you, Tim, since you're still here.
Say what?
Anything for the good of the order.
Nah.
You're good. John, what about you?
I'm good.
Just keep running.
Just keep running. Just keep running. Over and out, Redskin Nation Run Club. Whoop, whoop.